Got little Charcoal here. Charcoal's back. This is our mascot for drawing on the map now. Little Charcoal. Let's see. Come. Up.
He's just chilling, yeah.
There you
There we
go.
go.
This is Charcoal.
It's such a small dog for so much
Charcoal
noise. Yeah.
would like you to know that it has been 386 days since we could draw on the map. Hey, buddy. He is super calm. A little nervous. He's nervous and calm at the same time.
Now
which
he's
is
shaking.
really
He's
strange.
trembling now.
He's wobbly, yeah. He's
He has no idea what's happening.
unsure. It's okay. He needs his nails
Yeah.
done.
He's looking at himself. That's why.
Ah,
He sees himself. He's like, damn, I look
Interesting.
good.
Charcoal. Is it going to be AVANGAR, you think? Or forZe? Who do you think is going to win?
Just non-responsive.
He's basically just inside. He's just asking for help. He's just screaming for help. But on the outside,
Oh, there we
he's
go.
chilled. Like nothing's going wrong. Do you want to go?
He
Go.
does see something. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he does. Okay, he likes it. Okay,
Oh.
he likes it here. Okay,
Oh,
great.
he's sitting between my legs. Oh, he wants a little. I think he's getting used to me now. Before yesterday, I was walking up towards him, and he was just walking backwards, like, I'm not sure about this. This big shadow of a man coming towards me, but I think he's chilled today now. So this is cool. All right, so let's see. Who's gonna win this on train?
I think you have
The Blast rematch.
just has to be AVANGAR
Why does it have to
because they're the better team, James. They're the better team.
be? That's a good argument.
But I mean,
Did I miss the
haven't-
updated odds? I think they may have just swung past the screen. I'm not sure. I'm curious what Pinnacle think of these goings on. Oh wow, it's got forZe have got further away. Although it almost got further away from them at the end of that map. They almost became a little nervous, or just had a few problems not realizing that the T's were closer than they thought on Banana.
Yep.
So that was a curious one, but they did manage to get there in the end. Oh,
I think especially, I mean, we saw how good James is looking this series so far.
want to let him
I
go.
think this map will put him into even more focus. And C-Power wasn't hitting a lot of his shots on it, like a lot of his aggressions on Inferno. He wasn't really like in fact, Dust 2 as well. Z-Power wasn't really there. So if you look at the comparison between those two AWPers, Z-Power has been fairly absent the entire series, I would say. And if you look at James, he's been extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And if you look at players like Sanji, I think Sanji is very well suited to playing, all these close range, like kind of very dodgy positions, around Pop Dog with an MP9, whatever it might be, close on B. And generally speaking, I don't know firepower wise where the money's going to come from as far as forZe are concerned. So AVANGAR are a safer bet in that sense. But that said, I don't know I'm not super familiar with AVANGAR's train strategically, and forZe's train strategically. So I don't know how to.
Last time they played train, AVANGAR won 16-4.
Oh, damn.
That was in last season of ECS, in fact. So
It's a long time
It's
ago
been a
then.
while, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been like 6
I
months.
don't know if there's any more train on here, but they both in the last 3 months they're both 86% with 7 maps played on train. So this
so
could
they
be a
can
good
play
one.
the map.
Yeah.
And I think then, I'm not sure, I don't remember the Blast veto, but this might have been a map that was left in that pool and Overpass was chosen, maybe even by force, to get that played. So,
Yeah.
and I think that was a pretty one-sided, maybe it was 16-13 or something, maybe it was close, but
The thing
hey,
is,
why not try another map, you know what I mean? Try something new, see if you feel more comfortable.
The thing is, though, statistics, unless you go and look at it, I would guess that AVANGAR are playing better
Much
opposition generally, because forZe are not in as much of the kind of tier 1 circles as AVANGAR are. So presumably the results should speak louder for AVANGAR.
So they've played each other twice on train, and AVANGAR won both times. The other time was the CIS minor last year for the FACEIT major, and it was 16-12 to AVANGAR. So
But not a lot of recent results that we can judge off of.
against each other, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to look deeper into the. I love HLTV.
Has forZe played any train past like 2 weeks? Did it play it at
Right.
Blast, for example?
All results for forZe.
I don't remember. I'm not sure.
Let's see. It doesn't say what the maps are on the best of 3 on the general page, which makes it a little tedious for me. And I'm mostly playing best of 3, so they beat Greyhound in August at the major main qualifier on train 16-9.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I mean, in the best, it's so many best of threes. I can't really just click on all of them. That would take too long. But there's probably a way to do this on HLTV,
But-
to be honest.
But basically, what you're saying is that there is a chance.
Basically, what am I saying?
That's what he's always saying. That's like that's every prediction will be. Well, I'm not going to pick one because there's always a chance.
There is always a chance.
James is always on the fence.
I'm often on the fence. I'm not always on the
You're
fence.
always on the fence. You're part of the fence.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is better. So, forZe beat Ambush 16-3 on Train in September. They beat Sprout 16-14 in the Pinnacle Cup. Greyhound in August 16-9. Buaksib at the Blast Moscow qualifier. Epsilon 16-7. Aristocracy, they lost. And Optic, they beat 19-15 in June.
And
So-
add that on to a domestic kind of matchup.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, yeah, it could be one-sided, but it could also be very close then.
Yeah, I think
Plus-
obviously I'm still going with AVANGAR. With any map pool, really, any reasonable map pool. I think you have to because they're supposed to be the bigger team, better team.
So what's the delay on the game here?
Just waiting for one of the teams to ready up.
Oh.
Yeah. forZe. Somebody's in the bathroom. Hopefully it's not flooding. Hopefully
no.
they're not flooding bathrooms like Dan is in his spare time.
Robin tried to flood the bathroom earlier.
I tried it again now. They clean it.
Didn't work.
They've cleaned it, yeah. The guy is still not he left.
He's not there anymore. He's not trapped in the bathroom.
anymore.
Do you know, there's loads of, in America, there's loads of people who are like really OCD about bathrooms
Mm.
compared to Europe. People like flushing the toilet with their foot and just weird things like that. And
I get it,
people are
though.
really freaky about door handles.
Yeah.
So there's loads of tissues on the floors, on the floors of American bathrooms. If the bin's not next to it, they're just gonna like open the door of the door handle and then just throw the tissue on the floor. And maybe it's partly because of how health insurance and the cost of health stuff works here. So if you get sick, it's like gonna bother you. But you know, in a place like this, people I would imagine should have like health insurance at their work and stuff. So I think it's just mad OCD. The thing is, you need bacteria, man. This is why he gets sick all the time. I'm rubbing my face in the ground all the time. So I don't get sick because my body's got that immune system. He just gets blasted by everything.
You use
I
hand
I'm not
know,
saying-
I
I'm not
have
saying
zero,
he's-
zero allergies.
I'm
by
not
the way,
saying
which
Dan's
is
OCD or
actually what he's
anything.
talking about.
I'm not saying Dan's OCD, but like his body's always being riddled with some kind of infection. So
except for asthma.
except for asthma, yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
long-term infection, or just disability, I suppose. Is it disability? I suppose it is. Not an
What,
extreme
asthma?
one, but they're not able to function properly, so they're unable. It's an inability.
So are you saying that you can get like one of those like handicap?
No, I'm
parking
not trying
signs?
to. I'm not trying to claim West Side for I'm not
You're just
trying
trying to
get
get
that
better
far.
Like-
parking here, James.
Is it just like it gets inflamed and then kind of tightens up so you can't get as much airflow? Not as much oxygen to the lungs, or like how does it work?
I don't know, because like cold water makes me cough when my asthma's bad, right? It triggers, like if I drink like ice water, as they say in American restaurants, I'll start coughing because the temperature triggers something. I don't even understand it
I
myself.
looked this up once.
It's really strange.
Exactly what's happening with asthma, but I don't have time. So, forZe, definitely the underdogs, but they've managed to force a third map with the win on Inferno, and they will be on the T side here, which is never too fun. AVANGAR, will they get off to a good start? Buster already spotting a lot of T's, gets that smoke down, not quite in time, but he gets to pull out his gun at the very least. Sanji tries to take his time, usually a dab hand with a USP, but it's on Jame on the bomb train now, as he loses all support pretty much everywhere. Everyone's dying. Adren, the only guy left here. That should have been a free one maybe, but forZe, they've been... How many pistols have they won? It feels like they've won almost every pistol, I think.
I would have to check that. I'm not going to do that.
They won
Actually, I
both
could
pistols
check.
on Dust 2, I believe, and they... On Inferno, I think they... Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, actually, but it feels like they've been really good on the pistols. Good on the pistols.
Well, I check. I see a HLTV forum thread called IQ Test. That should be interesting. forZe with 2 HE grenades. There was actually a triple HE video on Train that I'm going to make after the match. I forget where it was. INTZ versus someone. But look out for that. This cleanup's pretty good. It's pretty swift. I'm going to look very quickly at the statistics on the previous matches.
For what, train?
I'm trying to see who Who won the pistols? No. They split the pistols on. Dan thought forZe won all the pistols, but no, they split the pistols on the first map.
Yeah.
Second one, that's taking me too long.
And then obviously the conversation is as well, yeah, maybe you win pistol, but you win the second round as well. Something forZe has not been doing. I think maybe they've also won one round of that of their own. Nice start here by Sanji.
Fast plays into the A-bomb site, and they won't be very good, will they? We have deletions. This might be a clean round for AVANGAR. Sanji suggesting he might know where Z Power is.
Got tagged there too.
55 HP, and now he is dead.
Still money on the forZe side, if they want to buy. But yeah, that was a very solid... Oh, they missed that. Ah, I see. There we go. No wonder the flash was late then. It looked a little bit weird when you saw the replay, because he was definitely just out in the open there. Makes total sense then that something was supposed to be there.
All right then, both teams on the buy this time. Kika moving quickly towards B, so he will hear a number of footsteps in the upper area. Now, what do forZe have to offer? Nice flick from James, looking longer. That's not a simple flick to get. 3 versus 5 now. forZe. How much information have they conceded? They've got no map control. The bomb thrown on the floor will be heard by Kika. That's a lot of information. If you throw a rifle on the floor, it makes the same sound, but it's not often you see that in a pro match. 3 players will be comfortable waiting on the B bomb site. 2 moving around on A. One minute on the clock. Flit looking for information towards ladder. Doesn't see anything.
Very tough position here if you're forZe. You don't really have anything. You don't even have Ivy, so you're kind of forced to just go in there here. But look at the rotation from AVANGAR. Pretty much, yeah. 3 guys or 2 guys by connector. Sanji gets another one. It's a 5-on-2.
And then there was one. Almeza, can he plant the bomb? That would be something, but he'll be denied by Jane with his 3rd frag in the round. And the score is tied. The money's broken now for forZe. That was really nice, especially because he just about saw 2 targets, but still quickly determined which one he wanted to eliminate.
This is a great start. I mean, losing pistol, sure, losing second round, but then last 2 rounds here from AVANGAR, only having lost 1 player. It's fantastic. And Kikert as well, still working that economy game. SMG for himself. He's number 4 playing inner. So if they would have rushed him there, we're probably gotten a few kills, but we do know that forZe is leaning towards that Ivy area, but no more nades. Got a feeling, unless we see some incredible 1Ds here, that this will be a pretty fast round once these smokes fade. Up against Buster with SG. Not fun.
He'll surely have some flashbang support if he wants it. Ooh, they're going to be taken by surprise. They won't realize just how close these T's are. There goes one, and now they can try to swarm. Jane will take the clay out of the sky. Oh my god, it's a 2 versus 2. How on earth is this happening? Sanji's in a really weird spot, but Kikut's on the way. Kikut has the angle. Jerry still has the bomb somehow. Desert Eagle, the aim punch. He won't get to what he needs, but bloody hell, forZe got a lot out of that round.
Yeah, that was close. Kind of just dropping a bunch of map control there by just peeking. I don't know if they're eco-hungry or not, but saw 2 more players from forZe at Ivy. Everyone was just 180. Trying to get a kill there, but Z Power with the P250 out to Ivy, I was going to say, but out T-Con gets the 2. Makes it very close, but nonetheless, it's another round for AVANGAR. We do have another buy from forZe. No AWP, but 2 SGs and 3 AKs. A lot of smokes, some flashbangs still.
1 minute 30. Kika still alive. Bomb needs to be collected. Oh, the HE is going to be good. It's spotting one. That's a lot of damage. The combo with the bullets. Jerry on 19 HP. They don't realize 2 players are there, but Almeza's in an MVP position. 2-man, well, not 2-man spray down, 2 bursts. Sanji in that sandwich position. He's been spotted. He's in a rough spot now, as are all of AVANGAR. Sanji and Kika remain. That's the bomb, but there's so much time on the clock. Rotating around, spots one by Connector. He really needs some help. Kikat's on the way with the M4. Sanji is doing all the things. Kikat, right place, right time. Talk about a turnaround just like the previous round. forZe getting way too much. They look good for this one, but now... Man. Sanji with a 4K on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, nice round by him. This is a great little sequence here too. Buster just leaving Ivy. It's happened twice now, kind of. They get caught off guard there. But it is looking a little bit worrisome from forZe here. I mean, granted, yes, this round was close. But this is based off of pretty much hero performances. Individual performances here from forZe. They haven't really been getting a lot of stuff done, though. So we'll see. Still very early on in this half, so still some time. Want to talk about it?
Ooh, Buster's in trouble. But James got his back. And so he is okay, A-okay. And Sanji's been taken down. He is the nuisance. He's so good in those chaotic situations in the close quarter combat that you find around that pop dog position, but it may be just the one frag here for forZe in this round. C-Power coming in. And there Buster finally peaks. 5-2. And this is going to be great for the money of AVANGAR, starting to get into great shape. And so the lack of after-plant situations is a problem. I wonder if we might see forZe go for a quick B play at some point. They do have the AWP here in C-Power, so they may try to activate that early in the round for a pick. Hopefully, though, that they don't try to overemphasize that. That used to be an issue I would see in the Brazilian Counter-Strike a lot back. I think Luminosity really have this problem, like in the older forms of Luminosity. Obviously, they're not with that team anymore, but they would try to put too much investment on the AWP on the T side to get a pick, and then they would leave themselves with not enough time to get map control. There's a default here from forZe.
Seems like that team might be getting picked up by Dignitas.
I did see that rumor too.
Yeah, Bolt's tweeted some Wu-Tang colors, and I don't think he started listening to rap. That's how you flash when your teammates are facing main. All too often it goes too deep and it's a team flash, so learn the proper lineup, see if we play. Sanji in that sandwich position once again, waiting, minutes on the clock. It's a nice response from him. How does he deal with it? He'll isolate one player and face crack, but he won't win the duel. Idea was interesting though. Buster, that's the bomb, that's a lot of information, but there's position for forZe because they trade.
Jim on the bomb train though, he's going to smoke to just create some more space. Maybe be able to peer over the top of it. And indeed, he'll get an easy kill with that. That's 3v3. Oh my goodness, James, how's he managed to pull that one off? He is an absolute monster. Another kill, the bomb down on the ground. That is the star power of James. And now Z-Power is looking to try to take him down, but he has escaped. He's vanished. And there's no trace. And now Z-Power in a very exposed position. And here comes the peak. What do you do about that? James just beasted them.
Great play over the smoke, great awareness. It's nice to see how AVANGAR respond to things on their CT side. Sanji, smoke, James as well. I guess he didn't have any idea where he was or just didn't have any choice.
That no-scope though, it's like the vertical no-scope.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's pretty consistent in any direction.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he's really good. He's really
There's something to be said in terms of like your mouse style and preference for a right-hand flick, or a flick to the right or to the left, but some of the angles he lands them on, even headshots, pretty nutty. Pistols again for forZe, maybe trying to get that same success they had towards Ivy, where they almost took out the entire round. It'll only be 2 players with the bomb in tow this time, but Almeza somehow gets a... What is going on? There's not even enough time to talk about it, but somehow again AVANGAR on the eco of forZe have 2 players alive on the A bomb site, and little idea as to what is happening.
So a good chance here though. Buster, that's the bomb on the ground, and now even though Almeza has the AWP, it's going to be really difficult to actually get that bomb. Considering that AVANGAR has already have 2 players out in the yard, that's the first challenge. And indeed, nothing that Almeza seems to be able to do in that situation. And AVANGAR pick up another round. And things are getting really out of control. Things are getting really out of hands.
It definitely is, and like you're saying, and you mentioned that 2 rounds ago, even not even a bomb plant yet on the forZe side. Like I said, it has been looking a little bit shaky, honestly. These defaults, a lot of individual plays. It's not really working out. Seems like forZe not really working together here. It will be fun to see. We haven't really seen any inner takes at all, really. I guess maybe that's a plan B. These defaults keep on not working. Damn, what a nade as well on C-Power. Jamie, we saw this versus Fnatic as well. Jamie always on the inner bomb site there. Kept on getting picks again and again.
This is an angle that Nico would sometimes hold with an AWP on Ivy, and Buster delivers a nice kill without the smoke there towards that thingy-majiggy in the middle. It's an interesting peek from AWP. FaceCrack and Z-Power trying to do what they can. Really falling behind. Now, as FaceCrack gets closer, he's going to be... Oh, if Idron had an AWP in that position, there's a tiny gap where he would see FaceCrack. You can shoot people in that Olaf Meister spot from Ivy. FaceCrack almost inviting a peek from the CTs. Again, Sanji has a lot of information in that sandwich position, and there's only so much diggling you can do until you get taken out. Z-Power 1v4 on the Ivy position. 50 seconds essentially to save. It's going to be a long end to this round for him. Flit is 1 for 8. Not enjoying this game of Train so far.
I totally get that. No, but it is interesting. I would love to see just a timeout here from forZe now. Talk about it a little bit. Because clearly here, just a minute had gone. 4 players dead already. And if you do have that op there, we're talking about the Brazilians do it a lot, but trying to make plays with that op, it hasn't really been working out.
The problem as well is that it seems like they're not willing... Oh, hello. He's actually got a collateral there to Jane, but the problem as well is that it seems like when they pick up the AWP, they're like, okay, our game plan is to use the AWP. And so the pacing of their defaults is pretty much the same every single round. And the other thing is that they don't seem to have any other gears with that AWP. So I think you're right, you know, that you want to see them just saying, let's just go for 5 rifles, or let's just try to get a fast round into the B-bomb side. Let's just see what happens when we change up the pace. But so far it's just been same old, same old.
Yeah. And the worrisome here as well is obviously, if you're a Vanguard in this case, you obviously talk about as well what forZe has been doing, and it hasn't been a lot of defaults. And if you're a Vanguard here as well, I mean, the call is made of like, hey, watch out for them starting to go inner. Let's start maybe getting some control. Let's make sure maybe we always keep the 2. And if not, have 1 guy in connector. That's the fast rotate.
That's a very good point actually as well, because even if they do go inner quickly, AVANGAR could have a 3rd player on inner at the beginning of the round, because forZe have been playing slow generally anyways, and there would be a huge risk of an A-rush.
Well, this is... I want to say it's unlikely to be a round full of success for forZe, but the last 2 pistols, I feel like they killed 3-4 players of AVANGAR. Again, Ivy just causing absolute havoc. But this time they'll head elsewhere. Sanji gone from sandwich to ladder room, and he will be good for 2 and hold position. James doesn't miss often, does he? FaceCrack alone now in the middle of A. Perhaps he can get a 1 versus 1, but they seem to have an idea. You can see James the Molotov moving into a passive position. He can take a shot and fall back if he needs to. FaceCrack at old bomb. Kika above. Oh, he's deep in B. There we go. Position known. AVANGAR can readjust. The bomb needs to be collected, but there is a minute on the clock for FaceCrack, so he can play catch up a little bit at least.
Oh, Kiko's going to spot it though. He has spotted it, and I think did he hear the running? He certainly will now. Unfortunate for FaceCrack. This can get a quick flick, but no, gets denied by Keycut. It's a good effort. Gets 3 kills, all looked on for an ace there, but another round, and you can see at the top of your screens, it's all elimination. All elimination. No bombs being planted.
Which shows you how little success forZe have had in their T sides. Apart from those varied pistol rounds, and the odds grow from Pinnacle. 1.1 now for AVANGAR. And a big fat 6 for forZe. Not looking good at present. FaceCrack considering the sandwich smoke, or beside it, but decides against it. Outside of the pistol rounds, it seems comfortable for AVANGAR. That's pretty much where forZe have had their most success, is just anarchy running around. There's some aggression from Sanji now, changing things up, not playing the same way every round. Smoke into the molly, but there's a gap, although it won't favor FaceCrack, he's closer to it. The corner of engagement. Sanji with a slight advantage there.
That's a problem. They have to retake main now, and you can see they will go for that. But look how much time it wastes. More damage, more utility gone as well. And that allows AVANGAR to get more time to set up too. And there's the orb. Buster with that shot. That's not great, is it? But still, though, again, forZe, they have to find their way out of the choke points onto the bomb site, but they aren't able to do that. They're once again investing on Z Power to try to get a pick. Maybe he'll get one, but it's not looking so likely. James gets some time to move around, and he'll find the angle, and he'll get the pick.
AWP from Buster maybe making them forget about James. Not expecting both to be on the A bomb site, and look at this massacre. It is a shooting gallery. You see one AWP, you think you can peek one angle, and there is the other one. We saw a double B defense of AWPs on Inferno this week as well, but I forget which team it was. Just for one round. Now Z Power, once again, his options are limited. At least he doesn't have to save for a whole minute this time.
And this is the thing, like, this is the problem on Train. If you can't find your way into position, you can have the most amazing players ever, but you have to get them out of the choke points. You have to find ways to do that, and that takes coordination, takes utility usage. And this is been a struggle here, and some big whiffs there from Z Power. I don't think he would have survived anyway. But AVANGAR it's just a walk in the park.
Yeah, I mean, like you said as well, right? As a note, even the fact that AVANGAR doesn't even give them T-Con anymore. They don't even get any control of even going down ladder room. forZe just forced to just jump out. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Flit there again, but jumping out T-Con just to try and get some space. But he dies in a 5-on-4 situation, bad spot again. And again, it's been 12 rounds now. forZe has not gone in a single round, and it's very predictable at that point of like the last 3 rounds, unless you decide not to go in at all. But here we kind of see now this tendency of, okay, well, guys, we've tried everything else somewhat. The only thing remaining is this inner side. But look at AVANGAR's rotation here. It's 3 inside now because of that. Haven't heard anything else. This is very predictable Counter-Strike. A very tough spot if you're forZe.
Oh, God. 3 players there indeed. FaceCrack makes the run downside alley, but it's like no one's actually spotted him around sidewalk just yet. There will be a cover for around Keycut, but he won't get the kill. Adren certainly will, though. He can do all the damage. Adren holds it down with the 3K, and there's nothing that FaceCrack can do. Z Power's got the AK, but he's not going to get off the ladder. 11-2, and this has been a very uncontested half of Counter-Strike.
I wonder if he was trying to hide in plain sight by just not moving on the ladder. It doesn't make sense, but it's not an indication of success at this point. If forZe hadn't won the pistol, this looks like a likely 13-0 at this point. The way things have been going, again, feels like most of their success comes in the rounds with pistols, just rushing. Big grenades, deep grenades into A main. And they go back to Old Faithful, Ivy. Faithful on the pistols rounds though. Nothing seems to work on the buy rounds, and there is some big damage on Flit. Sanji gets taken out though, but James has an angle, but he needs someone to hold Ivy for him to peek like this. Buster is in situ, but he doesn't. You can peek all the way to Pop Dog from that position. Buster blind and now dead.
Keycut responds though, And he's going to hold things down. Jane doing the same, it looks like, but only for a moment. However, Flit and C-Power are quite weak, but it doesn't matter if they connect the shots. Kika now swinging forwards. Oh my god, that's a great headshot, but it will be just a consolation. forZe pick up their first proper gun round.
Yeah. Also by elimination, but you saw there Sanji again. Very aggressive T-Con there. And I like it. Sure, forZe won the round, but you're really a nuisance into the forZe lineup here. Not really giving them a lot of space to work with. Making this side extremely difficult for them. But it is the third on the board. So 1 round remaining. Could they make it 4?
Desperate times. And that is just a pain, isn't it? Fortunately, the combo of the HE doesn't quite land. That would have been a meaty 60, I think. C-Power looks for something. In the meantime, forZe have 2 players towards Ivy, where they're currently smoked off. This is the stop sign or camera. There's a camera above it, which is why some people call it camera. An exchange of Molotovs in the IV position, but Buster this time will hold things down. That has been a thorn in the side, and Z-Power moves forward now. First frag for forZe. Sanji continues to wait. Seems his job is to hold the off position, and of course Sanji is on the flank as usual.
Oh, this is going to end the round. Looking good for 2 kills, so he's going to get as much as he can from this. And there it is. That's it. 12-3, first half. AVANGAR all the way. forZe with nothing to show on their T side. But perhaps they can play a CT side. We will find out after the break.
Well then, forZe won 1 round if you ignore the pistol. But the worst is over because now they're on the CT side, but here comes variance. That's the problem with the pistol when you've only got 3 rounds in the first half, is that it really could go either way. It's all about the headshots.
And just to consider as well, just to pay attention how dominant really AVANGAR was that half. Not a single plant, 15 rounds, all won by elimination on both sides.
Well, Z-Power creep around the back. He's not going to find the Dren. So that's one frag conceded already for forZe, who will step up in this round for them. They've been good on the pistols. They've generally been getting the better AVANGAR on pistols. But this one's not going so well, and this is the one they need more than any other. And now it's really just Almeza in a 1 versus 4, and he is good, but is he this good? One pop at distance on Kika, but the bomb will go down, and the time will be against him. No kits, no utility, no friends. All he has is his mouse, his keyboard, and what can he find with that? Nothing. Sanji takes him out, and that's it. AVANGAR win the pistol on the second half, and you can't imagine things are going to be too good here for forZe. They're going to have to force buy every round.
Force buy.
Indeed.
It's a forZe. I did it already. See what they can offer. Ooh, they're not going to force buy. Well, I guess they are going to force buy, but not force buy. I'm not even sorry.
Yes, that's it's a bold move. We'll see if they can make it work.
Okay, Z-Power's got the 1 HE, which goes in towards main. See, normally you would throw it over. Normally you'd throw it over the train to go deep inside. Trying to hit the gap is going to invite that variance, and the smoke goes nowhere. So now what do? They have some pistols. They have all but one on the A bomb site, but here is a rotation.
Can you do an American accent, James?
Tennessee.
I love it. Stuart, Tosspot. The
Yeah.
only thing he do is the Fresh Prince in Bel-Air song. That's his American accent. He can't do it otherwise. He has to sing it.
That's so ridiculous. I would love to see that though. I can imagine that it looked really goofy.
No, yeah, it does.
He's very far from street. I can see him like bouncing
What do you
around
mean?
singing it.
Yeah, he definitely is far from street. Very tall gentleman.
Mm.
But I find it funny when English people try and have an American accent. I think it's fun.
Oh wow. Okay.
It sounds so different because obviously you guys have very unique accents, you know?
Okay, well the action begins on the B-bomb site, and AVANGAR might just do a switcheroo here, but they'll have to drop into Pop Dog where there is one, but now there is none. Adren deals with that as forZe are losing players. And now they have Face Crack ready and waiting on the A bomb train, but he's only got a USP, but it might be good enough here. There's oh my god, he does not get that one. Almeza with the Mac-10 and a Deagle. Everything feels
What you want, mate?
Everything feels quite hopeless here for forZe. They are in a world of despair.
Hey, listen.
The worst thing, that Deagle's the worst gun to do that with too, because the landing inaccuracy on a Deagle is extremely bad.
You might as well fire before landing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you have more chance of hitting them.
Okay, so there was a light investment. I mean, I suppose you can't. You know, they need all the money they can get, but at the same time, they've gave themselves a slightly better percentage of possibly winning the previous round. And hey, AVANGAR took a hell of a long time to deal with that, and it almost did collapse on them. Sanji almost being fragged while trying to plant the bomb. All right, well, this is one way to force your way into the A bomb site. There's one behind James. Will he have a look? Face cracking sandwich. Moving into Olaf Meister. Moving towards main. Surely he doesn't check to his left-hand side. Oh boy, okay.
So they know that it's a fake now, but it might be too late. All they have is Split to defend. He's doing a decent enough job delaying some time to allow the CTs out of connector. That's really all his job is. And now it's going to be clutch mode for Buster and Adren. They got the bomb down, and forZe are pushing very fast here. Need some really big shots here from the AVANGAR players to defend, and it's happening 2 versus 2 now as Adren safely manages to go around the side of the train. Buster with the trade. Now the 1 versus 1, the Molotov as well to make things harder. And in goes Jerry. Buster, he is running shenanigans right now through the smoke, back through the smoke, and he might just have the flank. He may have just nailed it. He's done it. Oh. Great hold there. 2 versus 4 from Buster and Adren.
Smart play there by Buster, playing in the smoke there as well. 15-3. I like the play from AVANGAR too. I mean, Jamie already out mid, but knowing as well that forZe doesn't have a lot of nades to try and stop this inner play. Flip did do a good job initially, gets the 1, but that's about it. And I think probably he would have needed 2 there. Nonetheless, 15-3. Another buy from forZe, obviously. We need 12 rounds in a row, 2 scouts. We do have 4 smokes. We could potentially hold them off, but it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, this is not going to be promising for forZe, to say the least. AVANGAR will take it slow. Hopefully not too slow, because the eco was a problem for AVANGAR. And now forZe have a lot more weaponry, so if AVANGAR overplay their hand trying to close out the match, it could get problematic. But these 2 scouts, they can be circumvented. That would be great. There's a deep flashbang. Buster has a Krieg, which will outplay the scout on this occasion. Not shy for the second kill. Spots somebody rotating out of connector, I do believe. Hello and goodbye. There are frags all over the place. Nothing but headshots from AVANGAR. Finally a tag from Almeza. And this one is soon to be in the bag, surely, for AVANGAR. He's making a great effort, though. X-Men The Last Stand or something like that. I don't think I've seen that one. Dancing around, and it will be Jane with the pistol to finish off the job. 16-3, an absolute deletion of forZe on train.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see on the scoreboard here, even how little forZe got done on that whole map. Damage-wise, it's not going to be a whole lot.
Well, congratulations to AVANGAR. They've won week 1. Beautiful. AVANGAR, I think, you know, they were the favorites for week 1. There's some close, well, some really, really awesome competition from Fnatic, almost preventing AVANGAR's path to the finals, but they will indeed make it to the finals. They will indeed win the finals, as they were favored to do. And that's cool, because if you look at the improvement from AVANGAR from last season to this season, it's pretty huge.
Yeah, they seem to be in a better place now, and this is where we want to see them. We know they have potential. It was a little ropey, but a bit back and forth at the major, but now they're doing better. I love this music, man. This needs to be like in a game or something. I'd play it forever. Like Bejeweled, that time we went to, I don't know, it was like a 15-hour flight, just played Bejeweled the entire time. Anyway, here are the statistics. Obviously, they're not going to be great for forZe when you only win 3 rounds, but these are the numbers on the doors. Buster proving that maybe he is indeed the strongest player on AVANGAR, but again, it's a team effort, as Kikert says, and they continue to demonstrate that. The first week is in the bag, and here are the final results. Just a reminder, week 1 and 2 are cumulative on prize money. Weeks 3, 4, and 5 will be win the week, go to land. So AVANGAR will have more work to do next week, and maybe forZe could potentially enact some revenge. Now I do believe it is time. It's X Factor time, baby. It's X Factor, it's Hyper X Factor. Play of the game. I have no idea what this could be. I imagine it would have to be from the first map. But we won't have long to wait to find out, Dan.
Yeah, I have no idea as well. I'm looking forward to this one. Okay, so we've got Z Power. Oh, yes. Yes. They did not see Flit because they kill Z Power, and so they check one corner, they check Dark, but they won't check for Flit.
The trigger discipline. See how much time he has to decide not to take the shot. Okay, so you have to wait for him to go the other side of the pillar, and that's enough time to be like, hold on a second. I just wait and delay. Boom. That is the round 1. Swings on Kika, but he's done his job. They are out of position to do anything about it. I don't think James could have even instantly jumped on the bomb there. Of course, only James survives, blocks his teammate from living to hold on to the AWP. That was a solid play. Congrats to him. He had an opportunity, he took it, and he won a big round for his squad. So that was fantastic. AVANGAR looked strong, as they should. This is why. See, look what you've done. Thank you, Dan. All right. So what is next? I have a leaderboard on here. We have a leaderboard to look at. I suppose it's a prize money leaderboard. It'll be coming. It's on the way. It's en route. So we can see, again, we have the format slide, which tells you the weekly prize money and so on. But we will have an accrual of this week's prize money. Obviously, AVANGAR will be at the top of that. But again, it's about this week's and next week's.
So do we see the same teams next week?
I am not 100% sure if we'll see all of the same teams.
Or more qualifiers, maybe.
They can choose to enter again. So I suppose if you
Right.
went deeper, it would make more sense too. Solid 12 grand for AVANGAR. Can do a lot with that.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
nice.
North just gonna have to eat sand for a little bit.
Yeah.
They've made 0, and then I beat you. Great.
Yeah, that's
Familiar story.
yeah. Nothing doing over there. We'll see if they can make some money in future weeks. But yeah, so forZe have a lot to do. I wonder if they came first and AVANGAR came second, what would happen if forZe beat AVANGAR in the final next week? Then how that would work out? I'm not the one who has to figure that out. So good for me. But there's the prize money for this week. Let's not forget, at the end of next week, we will be looking at that, and then we'll see who is the first team from Europe to go to LAN. And again, there's an ECS hub that has cups that you can play on FACEIT.com. I think there is a link to provide, there we go, fce.gg/ECS Cup. So there are points and prizes to be won on the FACEIT platform. So check it out. Just search ECS on the search bar at the top, and then you'll see a list of various things, accounts, hubs, and so on. Go to the hub. All the information will be there. We are heading to a break. We have just over 45 minutes until the US action comes. We've got some big games for you. Well, a big game for you today to see who wins the lion's share of the prize money in week 1. Almost there, James. Almost there. 45 minutes. We'll see you at the top of the hour. Goodbye.